Welcome! In this video, I'm going to teach you how to cook Ifugao rice wine. But before everything, let's have first a review of the facts regarding Ifugao rice wine.
Rice wine, locally known as Baya or Foja, is a byproduct of agricultural harvest. This is a fermented alcoholic beverage that keeps the spirit high, thus resulting to a festive feeling. Rice wine is usually served during feasts or occasions of the Ifugaos. It is also an important component during their sacred rituals called as baki. Scientifically, wine is produced through the process of fermentation, a chemical process in which microorganisms create good changes to foods or beverages. In wine production, the type of fermentation that occurs is ethanol fermentation. Ethanol fermentation is described as the process in which yeasts break pyruvate molecules, the output of the metabolism of glucose known as glycolysis, in starches or sugars down into alcohol and carbon dioxide molecules, according to Masterclass 2019.
First of all, we need to ensure that all ingredients and needed materials are well prepared. Anyway, there are three important ingredients of the Ifugao rice wine. We have here the diket or the dayakot or the glutinous rice in English. And of course, the homemade yeast of the Ifugaos, the finofo or ipu. And the last one, of course, is chanum or water. Moving on to the materials needed during the making of the Ifugao wine, we have here the winnowing pan, or in our vernacular language, it is called palungan, likka, pano, or in Tuwali, it is ligao. Next is the earthen jar, which is to be used as the main container of the wine. We have also here a container where we can put the pulverized yeast. And another container where we can store the cooked rice for fermentation, but in our vernacular language it is called as lopohan, but since we cannot have that material, we will use this in replace. Don't forget also a knife, because this is very important in cutting materials that are needed in the cooking process. And the banana leaves, because it is so vital in packing the rice wine. Significantly, in the cooking process, we need a frying pan and ladle. This is paju in our language, and this is a ladle which is used to steer the rice, of course. And of course, we cannot forget firewood. Firewood, yes, dried firewood. And the chalean, or the cooking area. And also, we need a lighter or a match or any that produces fire, and the puntolog. Diving into the major processes of rice wine making, we need to ensure that the dayakot or the diket or the glutinous rice is clean. So, we need to use the winnowing pan to clean the dayakot. And now we're done in cleaning the dayakot. And now, let's start a fire. And now that the fire is becoming stronger, let's put the frying pan and wait it until it becomes hot. Be sure to wait it that the frying pan is really hot before putting the dayakot. And so, let's fry the dayakot until it gets brown. And now that the yakut is fairly fried, let us put it into the winnowing pan. And now since the yakut is in the winnowing pan, let's wait to cool for a little bit. While waiting the glutinous rice to cool down, let us boil water. And now, let's wait for the water to boil. Now that the water is boiling, let's put the fried glutinous rice to the water. We need to do it slowly. Of course, be careful of the fire. And then, let it boil and wait until the water subsides or let it dry. While waiting for the glutinous rice to dry, let's pulverize the ipu or the pinokpo. Since we have only a kilo of the glutinous rice, we will only add 1 pinokpo. Wow, the glutinous rice is now well cooked, so it's time for us to move to the next step, which is the application of the ipu or the yeast. Let's go! Before applying the yeast or the pinokpo, we should ensure that the glutinous rice is cool first. So, while waiting for the glutinous rice to cool off, let us now prepare the punlapahan or the container that will be used for the fermentation process of the rice wine. So, let's go! In preparing for the container that will be used during the fermentation process, we need to use banana leaves and the container, but the banana leaves should be wilted using the fire. So let's wilt it. Why do we need to wilt the banana leaves? So that it would be more durable and it is not easy to be torn. Okay, so after wilting the banana leaves, we need to ensure that we will be covering the surface, the whole surface of the container. We need to adjust the banana leaves. Now, this would be the container for the glutinous rice with yeast for 3 to 4 days during the fermentation process. Now that the glutinous rice is cool, let's apply the finofo or ipu. In applying the finofo or ipu, we should ensure that it is evenly distributed. And now we're done in applying the ipu or finofo. So let's transfer it to our container. Okay, so we're done in transferring the glutinous rice with yeast to our lopohan or to the container. Now let's properly seal the mixture. And now we're done in sealing the mixture. So the next one is to put some heavy object, a little bit heavy object, so that the seal is not easily removed and so that rats or any pests will not go inside the mixture. So let's put this. And the most important thing is the pudong, because this will, according to our ancestor, this will protect the mixture for a good result. And now let's bring it inside to a safe place where nobody can just enter and just touch it. Yeah, finally we're done in cooking the glutinous rice, and let's just wait for 3 to 4 days for the rice wine to ferment. And of course, after cooking, let's ensure that everything, the mess that we have done, let's clean it. Wow, what an aroma! In just 2 days, our rice wine already fermented and it has already its first juice. So we need to extract the first juice using this one. So we need to punch a hole, of course, find a hole. And we will again put aside our rice wine for another day to really extract the first juice. And the next level will be we're going to put our rice wine in our jar. Yes, I am so excited to transfer our rice wine into our jar. So let's transfer it out. Anyway, make sure that the jar is clean first. After transferring all the rice wine in the jar, we need to seal it again and wait maybe 3 to 4 days again to let the rice wine meet its super first juice. We're done in transferring all the rice wine in our jar. So let's put it aside for 3 to 5 days. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to take a sip of my own rice wine. But first, let's wash our hands first. And now, let's open the rice wine. Okay, so now let's squeeze some juice from it. I can feel there a lot of water. But of course, let's just taste first. Let's taste it. Wow. Another one. I will take the other one. So good, so good. It's like heaven. Okay, so let's squeeze. Let us squeeze some again for my sister to taste it. This is my sister Dinah Leah Manzano. She is our last sibling. And of course, she's going to taste the wine and she's going to have her honest review or comments regarding the wine that I made. So, in 1, 2, 3. Naimas.
Kakaimas?
Mulumi.
Makalumi.
Ay, mayati bogang.
Mayat.
Alright.
Cheers!
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, finally guys, we successfully created our own Ifugao rice wine. And first, I want to thank our advisor of this subject, Ma'am Martina Labhat. Thank you very much for encouraging us, for giving us this activity to experience how to cook Ifugao rice wine. And of course, I want also to thank my family for, of course, buying the materials needed, providing the things that I used in cooking the Ifugao rice wine. And of course, to my videographer, thank you very much, my sister Dinah. And to all of you guys, I know that when I posted my photo of cooking the rice wine, you were there, you were amazed, and thank you very much for your reactions. And now guys, let's have a cheers! Yay! Hagio!